Hi, I'm Nico, and today I will be presenting a tech demo on a scientific instrument for a Europa lander. The scientific instrument includes a Europa sonar sensing, thermal imaging software and hardware. Disclaimer: this mission patch is based off NASA's Europa Clipper mission patch, which will launch in late 2024. For objectives, I will review the hardware and software used, discuss the video development of the thermal camera, and discuss the elevation measurements taken by the sonar sensor, a demonstration on my quote-unquote Europa simulation, and cover considerations for the future circuit that is in the watertight enclosure. And you can see the MLX 90640 thermal camera in figure 2, right above the 9-volt power supply. It shows some specs of the thermal camera in the serial monitor prior to the data being brought in from the SAMD 51 plus microcontroller. And figure 4 shows the post-processing Python code that interprets the data. 5 is a photo that I took with my iPhone, and in figure 6 is essentially the same photo but taken with the thermal camera. Temperature bar on the top there as well. Video development, I was able to stack the different images frames from the camera, and I was able to create this GIF of my hand moving to and away from the thermal camera. For the sonar sensing system, I was able to measure the different elevation in a constant feed as seen in the serial monitor in figure 9. And here is the apparatus for my Europa hydrothermal simulation. It consists of a Tupperware waterproof enclosure, a liquid-tight conduit with a micro USB feed to the laptop, ice cold water in the bathtub simulating the cold oceans of Europa, boiled water in a kettle simulating the hydrothermal vents. So the data that comes through shows like a temperature for each pixel, and then that different temperature will display a different color when in the Python code. So here I actually submerge it, and so the camera is facing towards the kettle there, and it's actually upside down so that the image that we receive looks more like a hydrothermal vent. So I did multiple tests, and so you can see from the stacked images that it goes from a very dark blue purple for cold water up to a lime green yellow, which means that the water has changed to become much warmer. So that simulates the hydrothermal vents that we would see on Europa. Future considerations: custom sonar sensor cutouts on the watertight enclosure, and I will also work towards remote communication so that I don't need the conduit that connects to the laptop. And I will also work on dynamic control, because once we know where the thermal vents are, we'd like to actually go to them. And also I would like to consider the IR dispersion effect from the Tupperware itself from the IR camera.